November 9, 2024. North Atlantic Ocean, 580 nautical miles southeast of Newfoundland. 6:32 p.m. Merchant vessel MV Atlantic Horizon transmits emergency distress. Mayday. 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 Container ship taking on water. Engine failure. Storm damage critical. 89 crew members aboard. International mariners. Multiple nationalities. Conditions: hurricane force storm. Waves 15 meters. Wind 120 kilometers per hour. Water temperature 4 degrees Celsius. Survival time in water 15 minutes maximum. 2-hour North Atlantic storm rescue begins. Navy SHIELD reveals the operation that defied impossible odds. The watch officer receives distress call. USS Gravely, Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. 47 nautical miles distant. Closest vessel. Only hope. Immediate response required. The captain orders emergency course change. Maximum speed. Direct approach. Time critical. Conditions: worst possible. Hurricane Tobias. Category 2. Intensity: sustained winds 155 kilometers per hour. Seas: mountainous. 15-meter waves. Storm surge. Whiteout conditions. Visibility: 0. Rain horizontal. Spray. Darkness complete. This is mariner's nightmare. This is what destroys ships. But USS Gravely, built for this. Designed for heavy weather. Crew trained for extreme conditions. According to Coast Guard officials, most dangerous rescue conditions in North Atlantic this year. Survival probability: merchant crew, declining every minute. Rescue window, narrow. Weather worsening. Darkness total. 89 sailors. 15-meter waves, 4-degree water. Comment if you'd attempt this rescue. Minute 15, 6:47 p.m. USS Gravely increases speed to 28 knots. Maximum safe speed these conditions. Hull pounding, bow diving. Green water over deck. Crew secures for heavy weather. All loose gear stowed. Watertight doors closed. Ventilation sealed. Bridge. Captain. Officer of deck. Helmsman. Lookouts. All hands focused. Combat Information Center. Tracking merchant vessel. Radar contact maintained. Distance closing. Coast Guard coordination. MH-60 Jayhawk helicopter scrambled. Base Halifax, Nova Scotia. Flight time, 2 hours. Problem: helicopter ceiling. 500 feet maximum this weather. Dangerous. Marginal conditions. Primary rescue. USS Gravely responsibility. Destroyer must save these sailors. Merchant vessel status update. List increasing. 18 degrees starboard. Taking water cargo holds. Pumps failing. Crew. Abandoning below decks. Moving to weather deck. Preparing lifeboats. Survival suits donning. Captain merchant vessel. Experienced. 35 years sea. Professional assessment. Ship sinking. Abandoned ship imminent. Time to sink. 90 minutes estimated. Maybe less. Maybe much less. USS Gravely distance. 38 nautical miles. 81 minutes at current speed. Race against time. Race against ocean. Race against death. Navy SHIELD tracks real maritime rescue operations. Who wins against North Atlantic storm? A. U.S. Navy destroyer. B. Hurricane conditions. C. Professional seamanship. Drop your vote. Minute 45. 7:17 p.m. USS Gravely closes to 15 nautical miles. Visual acquisition impossible. Radar only. Merchant vessel list. 24 degrees. Critical angle. Capsize risk imminent. Captain merchant vessel orders. Abandon ship. All crew to lifeboats. Immediate evacuation. Lifeboats. 4 vessels. Capacity 30 each. Total capacity 120. Sufficient for 89 crew. Launch conditions: extremely dangerous. 15-meter seas. Hurricane winds. Night darkness. Lifeboat crews. Training tested. Emergency drills. But nothing prepares for this reality. First lifeboat launches. Davits lower. Boat descends. Reaches water. Releases. Success. 24 crew aboard. Boat clears ship. Survival systems activate. Second lifeboat launches. Problem: davit jams. Boat stuck 3 meters above water. Crew attempts repair. Time critical. Third lifeboat launches. Success. 23 crew aboard. Fourth lifeboat launches. Success. 22 crew aboard. Second lifeboat. Still jammed. 20 crew waiting. Options disappearing. Ship list, 28 degrees. Capsizing imminent. Minutes remaining. Manual release attempted. Crew cuts cables. Lifeboat drops. Uncontrolled fall. Impact, hard. Boat damaged. Taking water, but afloat. Crew transfers. Boat functional barely. All 89 crew, in lifeboats. Ship abandoned. Survival phase begins. But wait for the storm surge that nearly killed everyone. Minute 60, 7:32 p.m. MV Atlantic Horizon, final moments. List 35 degrees, rolling further. Crew watches from lifeboats. Their ship, their home, dying. Massive wave, 18 meters, rogue wave. Unpredictable, unstoppable. Hits merchant vessel broadside, ship rolls, 45 degrees, 60 degrees. Beyond recovery, capsizes completely. Hull inverted, cargo containers loose, crushing hazard. Lifeboats, scattered by same wave, separated. Communications difficult. VHF radios marginal. Lifeboat 1, 24 crew. Radio functional. GPS working. Condition, stable relatively. Lifeboat 2, 20 crew. Damage during launch. Taking water, pumps operating. Condition, concerning. Lifeboat 3, 23 crew. Radio failed. GPS failed. Navigation impossible. Condition, critical. Lifeboat 4, 22 crew. Systems functional. Seasickness severe. Medical concerns. Condition, marginal. Total, 89 sailors. 4 lifeboats. Hurricane conditions. Darkness. Hypothermia risk severe. USS Gravely distance, 8 nautical miles. 17 minutes estimated. But finding lifeboats, extremely difficult. Radar signature small. Seas confused. Visual impossible. This is search and rescue nightmare scenario. Navy SHIELD breaks down maritime survival operations. Minute 70, 7:42 p.m. USS Gravely arrives search area. Radar searching. Multiple contacts. Debris field. Containers floating. Lifeboat identification. Difficult. Small targets. Sea clutter. False contacts numerous. Infrared search. Attempted. Weather defeats thermal imaging. Rain. Spray. Temperature differential minimal. Communication attempted. VHF radio. Calling lifeboats. MV Atlantic Horizon crew. This is U.S. Navy destroyer USS Gravely. We are searching for you. Activate emergency beacons. Respond on channel 16. Response. Lifeboat 1. USS Gravely. Lifeboat 1. 24 souls aboard. Position transmitted. GPS functional. Response. Lifeboat 4. Gravely. Lifeboat 4. 22 souls. Position sent. Request immediate pickup. Medical emergency. Hypothermia symptoms. Response. Lifeboat 2. Weak signal. Broken transmission. Gravely. Boat 2. Taken water. Pumps. Failing. Position unclear. No response. Lifeboat 3. 23 souls. Radio dead. GPS dead. Position unknown. Search priority. Lifeboat 2. Taking water. Sinking risk. Most critical. Lifeboat 3. Lost. Must find. 23 lives. Time running out. This is rescue coordination complexity. This is maritime emergency reality. Justified risk or reckless endangerment? Comment J for justified, W for wrong. Minute 85, 7:57 p.m. USS Gravely locates Lifeboat 1. Visual acquisition, searchlight illumination. 24 crew visible. Rescue procedure, small boat impossible. Seas too high. Helicopter unavailable. Weather prohibitive. Alternative, life raft deployment. Swimmers deployment. Ship to lifeboat transfer. Crew preparation. Rescue swimmers. 2 personnel. Cold water immersion suits. Safety lines. Flotation devices. Ship positioning. Lee side. Blocking wind. Reducing sea state slightly. Creating protected zone. Life raft deployment. Inflatable. 20-person capacity. Connected to destroyer by line. Crew pulls lifeboat closer. Transfer procedure. Lifeboat crew. One at a time. Into life raft, then hauled to destroyer. Crew assists aboard. Time per person, 3 minutes average. 24 crew, 72 minutes required, but storm intensifying, conditions worsening, procedure dangerously slow. Decision, risk accepted, lives paramount, continue rescue. Transfer begins. First survivor, hypothermic, shaking, can barely move. Destroyer crew, assists aboard, medical team waiting, warm blankets, hot fluids, treatment immediate. This is seamanship excellence. This is naval tradition. Never leave sailor behind. Real conflicts, real consequences, real coverage. This is Navy SHIELD. Minute 95, 8:07 p.m. Lifeboat 1. Rescue, 12 survivors aboard destroyer, 12 remain. Procedure continuing. Urgent radio, Coast Guard helicopter. Gravely, Coast Guard Rescue 6021. On station. Ceiling 600 feet. Winds at limit. Ready to assist. Captain decision. Helicopter risk acceptable. Time critical. Lives priority. Helicopter vectored. Lifeboat 4. Medical emergency. Hypothermia critical. Helicopter arrives. Hovering difficult. Winds gusting. 130 kilometers per hour. Rotor limits tested. Rescue swimmer deployed. Cable lowers. Swimmer descends. Into ocean. Waves crashing. Reaches lifeboat. Assesses casualties. 2 critical. Severe hypothermia. Cardiovascular collapse imminent. Rescue basket deployed. First casualty loaded. Lifted. Helicopter hoists. Success. Second casualty. Loaded. Lifted. Success. Helicopter. Fuel critical. Must depart. Returns base. 2 lives saved. 20 remain lifeboat 4. But significant progress. Critical cases evacuated. Others stable relatively. USS Gravely continues. Lifeboat 1 rescue. All 24 aboard. Success. First lifeboat complete. Attention shifts. Lifeboat 2. Taking water. Sinking. Position acquired. Approaching. Minute 120, 8:32 p.m. Lifeboat 2 located. Condition. Worse than expected. Water inside. Crew bailing. Pumps overwhelmed. Buoyancy. Marginal. Sinking imminent. Transfer must be fast. Same procedure attempted. Life raft deployment. But lifeboat unstable. Rolling severe. Transfer dangerous. Alternative. Direct pickup. Ship alongside. Crew jumps. Destroyer crew catches. Nets deployed. Risk. Extreme. Collision potential. Crushing hazard. But sinking alternative worse. Ship positioning. Careful. Precise. Captain personally conning. Helmsman expert. Distance. 3 meters. Maintained. Incredible seamanship. Hurricane conditions. Lifeboat crew. Jumps. 1 by 1. Nets catch. Destroyer crew pulls aboard. Some miss. Into water. Safety lines deployed. Rescue swimmers retrieve. No losses. All 20 crew. Aboard destroyer. Lifeboat sinks. 2 minutes after last person rescued. Timing. Perfect. Luck. Skill. Determination. All 3. 2 lifeboats rescued. 44 survivors aboard. 45 remain. 2 lifeboats still at sea. But where is lifeboat 3? 23 souls. No radio. No GPS. Lost. Drop your prediction. Will all 89 be saved? Can Navy find lost lifeboat? What happens next? Navy SHIELD wants to know. Minute 140. 8:52 p.m. Lifeboat 4, located, rescued, same procedure. All 22 aboard destroyer. Success. Total survivors, 66 aboard, 23 remain. Lifeboat 3, still missing. Search intensifies. USS Gravely. Coast Guard helicopter returned. Canadian Navy frigate HMCS Halifax arriving. Search area, expanding. Drift calculations, current predictions, wind vectors, mathematical search grid. Time passage, 2 hours since abandoned ship. Hypothermia risk, critical. Lifeboat exposure, deadly. Every minute, survival probability decreasing. Temperature dropping, consciousness fading, death approaching. This is search and rescue desperation. This is maritime tragedy potential. But destroyer crew, not quitting, not abandoning. Professional code, naval tradition, leave no one behind. Radar operator, studying screen, examining every contact, analyzing patterns. Anomaly detected, small contact, intermittent. Radar signature weak. 4 nautical miles, could be lifeboat. Captain orders, investigate, maximum speed, hope renewed. Minute 1:55, 9:07 p.m. Contact reached, searchlight activated, illumination, lifeboat 3, found, 23 crew, alive, all alive. Condition, severe hypothermia, exposure, unconsciousness several, but alive. Rescue procedure, emergency, fast transfer, medical team ready. Life rafts deployed. Transfer begins, speed emphasized, careful but urgent. Survivors, barely conscious, cannot assist. Rescue swimmers do everything. One by one, pulled aboard, medical assessment, treatment immediate. All 23 rescued. Last survivor aboard, 9:34 p.m. Total mission time, 3 hours 2 minutes. Total rescued, 89 souls. 100% success rate, 0 fatalities, 0 losses. Complete victory against North Atlantic Fury. According to Coast Guard Commandant, remarkable seamanship, exceptional courage, textbook rescue, lives saved through professional excellence. Navy Shield reveals heroic maritime operations. The numbers that saved lives: 89 merchant crew rescued, 100% survival rate, 0 fatalities, 4 lifeboats recovered, 66 rescued by USS Gravely directly, 2 evacuated by helicopter, 23 found in dramatic search, 3 hours 2 minutes total operation. From distress call to last rescue, 15-meter waves sustained, 18-meter rogue waves encountered, 120 kilometers per hour wind speed average, 130 kilometers per hour gusts, 4 degrees Celsius water temperature, 15-minute survival time without protection, 47 nautical miles initial distance, maximum speed response, professional navigation extreme conditions, 28 knots speed heavy weather, hull stress enormous, engineering excellence, 12 rescue swimmers deployed, hypothermia risk accepted, lives saved through courage, 2 Coast Guard helicopter flights, fuel limits tested, flight safety margins minimal, Canadian Navy assistance, HMCS Halifax, international cooperation, maritime brotherhood, 0 U.S. Navy casualties, 0 rescue personnel injuries, professional competence, safety procedures effective, real conflicts, real consequences, real coverage. This is Navy Shield. Strategic maritime implications. This rescue proves U.S. Navy capability extreme conditions. Destroyer design, weather-resistant, seaworthy, capable heavy seas. Crew training, comprehensive, realistic, effective under stress. Rescue procedures, proven, tested. Lives saved repeatedly. International cooperation, U.S. Navy, Coast Guard, Canadian Navy, seamless coordination. According to maritime officials, U.S. Navy remains gold standard maritime rescue, professional excellence, equipment superiority, training effectiveness. Global shipping community, grateful, protected, reassured. Insurance industry, risk calculations adjusted. U.S. Navy presence, premium reduction factor. Sailor confidence, enhanced. Knowledge rescue available. Professional response guaranteed. This is broader maritime security. This is naval power humanitarian application. Technology and seamanship combined. USS Gravely capabilities, modern destroyer, Aegis system, advanced radar, secure communications, navigation precision, GPS, inertial navigation, dead reckoning, professional navigation, all conditions, weather routing, meteorological data, satellite imagery, forecast models, optimal approach calculated, search radar, ANSPY-1D, phased array, target detection, lifeboat identification, technology-assisted search, Communications, HF radio, VHF radio, satellite communications, multiple redundancy, never lose contact, medical facilities, ship's hospital, trained corpsmen, emergency equipment, trauma capability, hypothermia treatment. But technology alone, insufficient, seamanship critical, crew courage essential, professional judgment decisive, captain decisions, risk assessment, rescue procedures, ship handling. Lives depend on experience. This is naval officer excellence. This is decades of training. This is why Navy exists. The human element, heroism, rescue swimmers, volunteered, new risks, entered freezing water, saved lives, heroic actions, bridge crew, expert ship handling, precise positioning, collision avoidance, incredible seamanship, medical team, treatment expertise, hypothermia protocols, cardiovascular support, lives saved through medical skill, engineering crew, maximum power, storm damage control, equipment reliability, mission success enabled, entire crew worked together, no sleep, exhausted, but professional. This is U.S. Navy excellence. Survivor testimonies. U.S. Navy saved us, professional, courageous, never gave up. We are alive because of them. Merchant Captain statement. I have sailed 35 years, never seen such seamanship. USS Gravely crew are heroes. Thank you. This is what naval service means. This is why sailors join. This is honor. This is duty. This is tradition. The bottom line assessment. This 2-hour North Atlantic storm rescue proves U.S. Navy maritime rescue superiority. 89 merchant mariners saved. 100% survival rate. Hurricane conditions overcome. 15-meter seas. 120-kilometer winds. 4-degree water. USS Gravely performance, exceptional. Crew courage, remarkable. Seamanship, textbook. International cooperation, U.S. Navy. Coast Guard, Canadian Navy. Alliance strength demonstrated. Humanitarian mission, success absolute. Lives saved, families reunited, tragedy prevented. 0 casualties, U.S. Navy. Merchant crew, rescue personnel, perfect execution. Maritime tradition upheld, leave no sailor behind. Naval brotherhood, global responsibility, mission complete. 89 lives saved, North Atlantic defeated. This is U.S. Navy humanitarian excellence. Storm survivors, recovering. Medical treatment continuing. Gratitude expressed. Stories shared. Will merchant shipping become safer? Can rescues succeed in impossible conditions? What's next for maritime security? Drop your analysis below. Subscribe to Navy Shield, where real conflicts meet real coverage, where military operations become breaking news.